What up, y'all? It's your guy again, Jaron Ikner, aka Jaron Ikner, back again with another video. Let's talk about it. Volume, whatever. There's not really a lot of purpose to this show. What I mean by that is we don't have like a strategy. We just go in live every once in a while and talking about stuff. This probably will eventually turn into more curated style content over time. But in the meantime, this is basically when I feel like going live, I'm gonna go live and talk about some stuff. So today we're actually gonna talk about Kanye West leaking a couple more songs from his album. I might try and sneak some on here. We'll see what happens. I currently have a strike on my record as we speak, so I'm not trying to mess up my stuff too much. About to get my first YouTube paycheck, so I'm very excited about that because we've been working on this for a minute. So but I will give you my thoughts on them and just the whole Kanye thing in general. And basically, just drop our phone. There we go. Basically, we're gonna drop our phone. That's how we do these videos. But also, one thing that I really want to talk about when it comes to these Kanye West albums, or sorry, these leaks, is that I almost feel like Kanye is leaking these projects himself, or at least his team is. Mostly because of the abundance of leaks there are. Like how much stuff we're getting right now in terms of like Kanye West music and new Kanye West stuff. There's been a leak almost every other day. And they're all been pretty good. And I think kind of what he's been doing in terms of his strategy here is that he wants to kind of take it back to the people. I mean, that's the whole point of the whole Sunday service aspect of it. That's the whole point of leaking. Because you think about it, like album leaks are kind of like a dying thing, something that doesn't really happen that much anymore, thanks to streaming, etc. and so forth. But mostly because of the fact that the music is so easily obtainable now that like streaming is almost like, pirating is almost just like it's like a lost art form. It's like most people don't really even download music to their phone anymore. So there's that aspect of it. There's also the fact that CDs are dead, basically. They're mostly just like keepsake memorabilia. And when it came to streaming music, pirating music and burned CDs went hand in hand. And in my opinion, it's like oftentimes it was like, oh, you download the music, you burn the CD for the homies, and then you spread that stuff. Nowadays, it's about when music leaks, it goes to YouTube. People rip it on YouTube. They might burn it to the CD, but I highly doubt they're gonna play a CD nowadays. They might just throw it on their phone. But what's interesting about this is that this whole leak thing, from my perspective, really is exploiting um, the whole leak aspect of things, and the fact, in the sense of the matter that, like, for example, Yandi was out on the internet for a minute now. It was out for like, I don't know, a couple of months before it got pulled, and now we're seeing a lot more leaks popping up and getting taken down, and then more leaks pop up. Now this isn't like a grand conspiracy theory, but it's what it simply comes down to is that, like, if you're internet savvy enough, i.e., if you know how to rip stuff off of SoundCloud or YouTube or whatever, then you already have Kanye's album right now. At least you have some of the songs. And what everybody's doing is they're almost like piecing together their own versions of like the album, basically. And what I found interesting was that when Yandi leaked, it really it was interesting because most of the people that put the leak up on YouTube, they put it up in the same fashion, but there was very little changes in deviation in the orders of sequencing and how the album was presented on these leaks. But which makes me think in a lot of ways that it was leaked by Kanye's camp, because of the fact that while there's some deviations in terms of like some of the songs, for the most part, the sequencing is very similar. Now that could just be because somebody leaked it the first time and then people just followed that, which probably is the case. But at the same time, if you think about it, if you were out here tracking all these Kanye West leaks and you're picking up all these songs, then you have your own version of this Yandi slash Jesus is King album on your laptop, computer, or phone right now as you speak. I have my own version of it because I'm savvy enough to know how to rip the songs. So what ends up happening is that we end up kind of being in this like cool kids club of Kanye fans who get to have like all this music in unlimited capacity because we know how to download it, versus those who are trying to find the leaks via stream and aren't able to find them because they aren't quick enough to get them, or they just don't know how to look for them. And so what ends up happening is it really does take it back to that old school feel of when an album was leaked online and everybody who was cool enough to get it was able to get it while still being able to expose it to a bunch of people. It's kind of genius. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm expecting this album to drop here pretty quick because of the fact of the matter that I have two predictions. We keep getting leaks for the next couple weeks and then he drops it, or we probably won't see a Kanye West album until November. That's my theory. Probably won't see the album until November because that's usually when you get the big releases. And I almost guarantee that album that leaks will be vastly different than versions that we have. And that's the beauty about Kanye. It's kind of what the play that he ran when he did the whole Life is Pablo thing. Very similar type of stuff, basically. So it will be really interesting to see what happens. The two leaks that just came out today, I'm going to play a 2-second snippet of this because I'm not trying to get flagged. Here we go. Ready? Oh, wait. We got mute. Tight. That's all I'm going to play right now because, like I said, I got struck. Like I said, trying to leak this album to y'all. And I'm trying to keep my stuff intact. Like I said, about to get my first YouTube check. Trying to do this as a side job at the very least. I don't want to mess it up by playing songs for y'all. But if you hit me up directly, go to JaronIkner.com, send me an email. I might help you out. Maybe. Hit me up. Also, the Kanye songs that I have are really good. I know I already have a review video about that, so go check out my opinion on that in more detail. But the songs are great, man. I really want to hear these in the form that he intended to deliver them to us, instead of me trying to make up my own version of it. But it is what it is. With that in mind, let's move on to the next topic. Our guy Tekashi 6ix9ine apparently, allegedly, this dude copped a $10 million record deal recently from his former label while still on trial and currently stitching out everybody. He was able to get a $10 million record deal, which is one of the largest record deals you could probably get as a newer artist. The internet is pretty in shambles because of this information, and a lot of this has to do with the fact that, you know, a lot of the people are questioning, when you snitch and when you tell, is the code dead? Is snitch code now dead as a result? There's some stuff going on locally in Arizona that is very similar to what's going on with the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, and what I'm really seeing from the outside perspective is a lot of clout chasing and a lot of people kind of like trying to ride that Tekashi 6ix9ine wave. And, you know, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens if this dude actually does get out of jail and drops music. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to at least give it a spin. I kind of have to at this point. I feel like I just want to listen to see what this dude has to say. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing about it, is that, like, these record labels, they know that. They know that despite the fact that Tekashi 6ix9ine is considered to be a universally labeled rat and snitch, he is still going to probably sell a gangbusters of records to all the white kids who buy his music and don't care about that shit. So that's where it gets kind of wild, because at the end of the day, we are basically facilitating and fostering snitch mentality, and that is a slippery slope, my dude. It gets wild for sure. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm sure that his label already has a game plan set up for when he does get out of jail. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, where he ends up. I just know that he probably shouldn't really be out in the hood like that because he's probably got some cats that are gonna be gunning for him. But the way I see it, man, if he just stays inside his house or stays in some compound somewhere or does something of that like, then he might be okay, man. And that's kind of the wild part about the internet is that you can blow up from anywhere, man. You can go set up in Greenland as long as you have a strong enough connection in a studio, and you can make a whole ass album. So it gets wild for sure because you definitely want to be able to see the justice come through. If Tekashi 69 is able to snitch his way out of an 80-year sentence, what does that mean for the industry? What does that mean for the streets? What does that mean for the culture? That's deep. Let me know what you think in the comment section on that. A lot of people have been asking me about the Joker, and honestly, I have not seen it yet. I plan on seeing it. Just not sure when. I just have not seen it yet because I've been working on a series of short films, which you will be seeing here soon. So stay tuned for that. It's coming out really, really good. We got some good stuff. But I've been really distracted, man. I haven't watched Joker. I haven't seen the new Breaking Bad movie. I haven't seen Raising Dion. There's a lot of shows and TVs and movies that I just haven't peeked yet because I haven't had a chance to do that. But I will get to it. I promise you. I will let you know exactly my thoughts on all that very, very soon. So, it's a good place to stop. Shout out to my man Just Dorian. We rocked the show in Tucson a couple days ago. Went really well. It's good to see a lot of Starstruck La Familia in the building. We're gonna be doing it again here really soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you smash the like button and hit us up for more stuff. Let us know what you want us to talk about on these shows as we prepare to get our foot on the neck for the fourth quarter of the year. We got a lot of content coming up. I plan on going at least live once a week on these videos before we start doing the heat check and other cool stuff. So sit right, sit tight. I appreciate y'all for watching. No one watches the stream live. I'm sure you guys are watching the aftermath. I love y'all. Peace out. One love.